You're listening to the Awks
Awks Talk
podcast.
Welcome to Awks Talk with your hosts,
Shahano.
Melissa.
and Jessica. Today we're doing something more fun. We're just going to be reading some like Reddit stories. Basically I don't know if you've heard, but am I the asshole? So yeah. And then we have cute little signs. And you flip it. We're going to vote yes or no. We're going to read like the headline, I guess, first, and then vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we read the full story, then we'll like reevaluate if we need to. Cool. All right. Sorry about my reading. So am I the asshole for telling a customer that their disability isn't an excuse?
Yes.
All right. We'll see now. Okay. On mobile, so sorry for formatting. I, 24-year-old female, I assume that's what the brackets mean, work in an art printing shop. We print artists' work onto merchandise that they can sell or just as high-quality prints on fancy paper. We don't have a uniform, but we are encouraged to wear t-shirts that have been printed at work with art done by ourselves or a colleague. In parentheses, everyone who works here is an artist. It is also important to note that I am autistic. On this day, I was wearing a t-shirt with my own art on it. A little narcissistic, maybe, but I'm proud of my art, dang it. It was a particularly slow day, so my colleague left to go get us some soda, leaving me alone in the shop. A customer entered, AC, I don't know what that means, probably late 30s, and came straight up to the till. The conversation went as follows. Me, hiya, do you need any help today? AC, ugh, is that really your uniform? I thought you guys printed good stuff. Me, sorry? We don't have a uniform, but I do like to wear t-shirts we print here. AC, well, that art is shit. Next time you should pick something different. Me, getting annoyed at this point. Well, art is subjective and I like it, so... AC, interrupting. Yeah, no, art is subjective, but that is objectively shit. Me, right. Can I help you with anything? AC then orders some of his art to be printed, and I had hoped the situation was over with. Nope. Me, is that everything for today? AC, I still think you should wear some better art next time. Me, completely done. This is my art. Please stop commenting on it. AC blinks at me, then holds his hands up, all defensively. AC, I'm autistic. I can't help but tell the truth. I say how it is. It's obvious that you didn't go to art school like I did. You could really learn something. Just trying to help. No apology. In that moment, I saw red. I hate when people give other autistic people a bad name just because they never get called out and they never try and learn how to be a decent fucking human. Me. Sternly, I didn't raise my voice though. Being autistic is not an excuse to be shit to someone. Learn some manners. I would like you to leave now. AC sputtered something about calling the manager, but there's no CCTV, and I was too angry to care. I know I won't get in trouble, but AITA... Oh, am I the asshole? Should I have just shrugged it off and let him play the autism card? Should I have not sworn at a customer? As retail employees...
Are we voting first?
Yes. Vote.
Definitely not the asshole. After reading the whole story, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know, because autism is such a different thing, right? Because like it's true, the fact that autistic people can't help but tell the truth. Like I've seen, like even on Twitch, there's this girl who has autism, and literally she'll say stuff to like her fellow female colleagues, like your titty's too small, or you're this, or you know, like you're ugly, like just randomly, right? And she can't help it, and she has a tick, and that happens, right?
But it's not necessarily true either, though.
Yeah, I mean they apologize, and she apologizes afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to answer this one.
What do you mean? No, it's not. I'm the question reader, but I can have an opinion. I say no.
Yeah,
because basically they're like defending, like, because they're autistic too, right? Wasn't that it?
No.
Oh, I thought they both were.
He was an artist. Oh, he is.
He is.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also important.
Or she,
to
it's a she.
That I am autistic.
Because I'm saying
They're
they're
both
autistic.
autistic.
That's
Then,
why.
no,
So
yeah, that's easy. Okay, never mind.
yeah, okay. I was like,
I thought he was fine. And
but either way, it's like, yeah, she's saying like, art is subjective, blah blah blah. And
okay.
like it's true, you know.
I didn't listen to the sheet. The MC is also autistic, so they're both autistic. So that changes my answer. Yeah.
But why does it change your answer?
It shouldn't have changed your answer, really, but
answer.
Well, it did because they're both autistic.
okay. But like, still, like, you shouldn't be treating people like that in general.
Like differently?
In general,
No, but
if I saw you had a shirt when you like thought it was ugly, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't, you should be like telling people, "Hey, I think your shirt's ugly."
Yeah, but we're
and
talking
like standing by it.
We're talking about autism here.
There's a range of autism, and
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
anybody. Well, actually, I did know somebody who was autistic, but she didn't present in this way. The way
some
she
people,
was.
Some people
was
are
different.
completely fine, and other people are not.
Anyways, the question.
I
But
know.
I guess playing that card is not
yeah,
like a good thing to do, obviously. But I mean, they were a shitty person, but yeah, I don't know.
I think a shitty person is a shitty person. There's so many people who have like mental disabilities and have different types of like diseases and things like that, but they don't go around saying, well, I have this, so I have a right to be this.
Yeah.
And I don't honestly, I don't think the girl writing this being autistic, changed her. Like, I don't think she felt like, oh, because I'm autistic, I have a right to say that, So I don't think it should change your opinion. Like, just because she's autistic, she had a right to say that. Because they're both autistic. I think regardless if she was autistic or not, she might have just said that because of her personality.
Mm-hmm. Like, basically, it seems like out of line because just like you usually you kind of pity like people with disabilities and you just think they're less than or whatever it is, but like obviously it's not the case. But so say like, yeah, I'm like a retail worker and you're just more wary of it because you don't want to be like, hey, you're being shitty. And it's like, oh, but they play the card and they say, oh yeah, but I'm autistic, blah blah blah, and I'm telling the truth, and it's like, I don't know, it's still not good. It's all very bad. But yeah, I don't think this girl is the asshole here.
Yeah, well, I mean, after being treated like that, yeah, for sure. Like, what was the word? When you get treated like something for a long time, you kind of explode or whatever. But
she snapped?
Yeah, snap. That's what it is.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
She was dealing with him for a little while, and then
like obviously disabilities. Again, yeah, you're right. It's like disability, like being a shitty person is just a shitty person. But like the thing with like, I don't know, man. Like I haven't done enough research on autism, but I know there is a wide range, and some people can't help saying exactly what's on their mind with autism, even if it is shitty. That's why because it's, again, autism is more of a mental thing, right? So it's hard to, what if your disability causes you to just say exactly what's on your mind, That's why I changed my answer, because they're both autistic. I'm like, okay, fine, then fine, it's an even playing field. But if I was in the person serving her, like if I was the customer and it was my art and she was doing that and then she said she was autistic, I'd be like, oh, okay, and I'd understand and I wouldn't be angry anymore, right?
I think I'd still be angry. I don't think someone being a certain way negates your own feelings.
Yeah, you'd still be upset, but
I'd be hurt by it, but I wouldn't be
like,
angry anymore.
You get like because it's like you get a pass kind of thing. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, I think there are people who like will learn like social cues and things like that.
Yeah.
And maybe like some people pick it up like more easily than other people.
I think the reason why I'm a little bit more lenient when it comes to autism is because we watched The Good Doctor, and like you can really see how difficult it is for an autistic person to gauge. Like, literally, he has no, like, the guy in the show has no feelings, and he doesn't understand other people's feelings, right? Like, no sense of empathy at all, right?
Yeah, I think just with this case, it's the fact that he did kind of play it as a card. It's like, well,
Yeah,
I have
well,
to vote you. That's why it makes
that
it sound
too.
shitty. Like, it's not like, it's like, are you
Yeah.
just being shitty, or because it wasn't uncontrollable, really, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to the next one. That was like kind of heavy actually for our first story. Okay.
Wild.
Am I the asshole for kicking the best man out of my wedding after he disrespected my fiance?
No.
No.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, that's true. No, sorry, disrespected. Forgot. Okay. Okay, so I've been best friends with Jeff since 7th grade. He spent a lot of time at my house because his parents are very strict and religious. I had the cool, laid-back mom, and everyone wanted to hang out at my house. Jeff got close to my mom and pretty much lived there unofficially during high school. My mom hates the woman I'm marrying. It's a work in progress, and I've had to make a lot of sacrifices to defend my fiance. Jeff is aware of all the drama that has been going on, and for the most part doesn't offer his opinion, though he has occasionally told me no relationship is worth losing my mom over. My mom and my fiance got into a huge fight over my mom's dress for the wedding. That issue actually worked itself out because my mom found out she was pregnant.
Wait, how old is the mom? Why is she like? She must be like a very young mom. Maybe that's why they clash.
Maybe. So she couldn't wear the offending dress anyway, and she's very happy about the baby and doesn't care about fighting with my fiance anymore. Jeff heard about the dress drama from my mom when he was hanging out with my cousin at a family cookout, which I did not attend.
That's weird.
Jeff sent me a text calling my fiance a controlling, insecure little girl and saying I am an idiot if I would lose my mom, if I lost my mom, if I would lost my mom over some bitch.
Rude.
He admits he had been drinking when he sent it and said he is sorry for calling her a bitch, but his sentiment stands. I did tell my fiance what he said and decided I can't have a best man who doesn't support the relationship and who disrespected her. I told Jeff he is still invited but can't be the best man. He took it all right, but admitted he is worried about our friendship. My mom told me that I'm a horrible friend and becoming a fake person. She said she would never have a best friend she couldn't be honest with, and she wouldn't marry someone who was so sensitive that she had to protect them from words. Our friend group is pretty split 50-50 on this, so I don't know if I overreacted.
Not the asshole.
Mm-mm.
That relationship is weird. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There's something fishy about it, and I can't put my finger on
The
it.
friend's too controlling. Like,
The relationship
kinda
between
toxic,
the friend and the mother is weird.
that too, yeah.
I'm like, seems like the mom got pregnant. I'm assuming that unless she had a late in life pregnancy, she must be pretty young. Like, I would say 40 maybe. And the fact that she's friends, or friendly with a person that is supposed to be her son's age,
Yeah.
maybe there isn't a boundary there.
Oh yeah, because they were friends first, so yeah. So now basically
Well, since
it's like a family
7th
friend,
grade,
yeah.
so that means they were what? 12, 11, 12, right? And let's say she was a pretty young mom, then maybe she got close to him.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, it's just weird that he was at a cookout
Yeah.
or whatever and he wasn't. Like, that, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that, kids, can't be friendly with, their friend's family.
Yeah.
But to be going on their own to, family reunions and things like that without the friend, I think that's weird.
Yeah.
It's not like he's the actual son.
Yeah. It was a little bit out of line, too, to tell the guy getting married that, it's controlling, insecure little girl and some bitch and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I think it's a little out of lines for a friend to comment on your relationship like that. And yeah, I mean, you got to stand behind your partner, right? It is
Mhm.
death do you part or whatever, right? So it's
Yeah, I mean, friends have their say.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
if they
for
have
sure.
like a bad vibe or whatever. But it is their relationship, so it's like,
yeah.
Doesn't seem like he has any problem with her other than she's fighting with the mom.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Right? It doesn't seem like Jeff was like, oh, she said something to me or I saw her doing this. It's like, no, she heard about the mother and the fiance's fights or whatever, and he took the mom's side because they're close. And that's why he called her a bitch. And then he says he admits he had been drinking, but the sentiment still stands.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means you still think she's a bitch.
Yeah.
So what? That doesn't
Bitch.
make sense. Honestly, if I was this person, I would have uninvited this Jeff person because, yes, he's not the best man, but he's still there. Clearly, he doesn't think the marriage is going to work or like the fiance, so why are you
want
there?
someone like that at your venue? Right.
And I get it, like, you know, moms are moms, but, like, moms can also be very toxic, and sometimes you need to, like, cut them out. Just because they gave birth to you doesn't mean they can control your life and dictate who you sleep with, marry, date, whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're both toxic. I think this person should cut them out. Cut. Next.
Jeez, she's
I'm
she's like
angry.
angry now. No, I mean like obviously family's important. And he's defending the mom. But yeah, it is his relationship. And like
Yeah.
If this Jeff person was worried about their friendship, he wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
drunken things.
They say when you're drunk, you tell the truth. So obviously he feels this way.
He felt that way. So.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Next one. Am I the asshole for not wanting to interact with my biological father, but still expecting him to pay child support?
This is tough.
Oh yeah. This is a no.
I don't know. I have to go with a yes.
You're saying like
For-
the child's the asshole for still wanting child support?
I don't know. I guess it's because I come from like a single mother and I don't want anything to do with my biological
Yeah,
father.
but he should still pay child support.
I mean, I'm at the point where like I didn't receive a penny and it's fine.
Yeah, but you should still receive child support.
I guess so.
Just because you
I
don't like him doesn't mean
I
But
don't
in this
know.
case,
he's
they're-
not responsible for paying child support.
Don't know. It's tough for me because I've been going back and forth in my mind about this. So I have to hear the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start. First off, let me apologize for any weird phrases or grammar mistakes in my post. English isn't my first language, and I'm not that good with translating courtroom terms and words. I, 18-year-old female, was raised by a single mom. My parents divorced when I was just 2 months old, and my mom got full custody of me, so I never met my father. All I've ever really known about him is his name and the amount of child support money he transferred into my bank account each month. Now, in my country, a non-custodial parent is obligated to pay child support up until their child turns 18, but this can be extended for a few more years on the condition that said child decides to pursue a higher education and go to university. So, as you can already guess, as soon as I turned 18, my father stopped paying child support. But when I graduated high school and got accepted into a university, I decided to use this extended child support law to my advantage and took him to court. Me and my mom weren't doing all that well financially, and I thought the extra money would definitely come in handy. The case took quite a few months to get resolved, and the courtroom was the first and last place where I saw my father in person. His reasoning for not wanting to continue paying child support after I turned 18 was that I didn't want to have any sort of relationship with him, so he didn't want to send money to a complete stranger each month anymore. He told the judge he'd agree to continue paying child support on the condition that I agreed to get to know him and talk to him on a regular basis, but I declined. I mean, even if biologically he's my father, this man is nothing more than a stranger to me. I have no real interest in getting to know him, and I never did. Wanting to have a relationship with him would be like wanting to have a relationship with the sperm donor who conceived you. I ended up winning the case because the law is very clear on the fact that he has to pay child support for as long as I'm in university, regardless of whether I want to actually interact with him or not. Now, he has to pay child support every month up until I graduate from university. We ended up getting in a huge argument as soon as the last court hearing was over, and he was really upset because I didn't even want to talk to him for a while and give him a chance, but still wanted to prey on his money. So
There's no air quotes there, by the way.
There is.
No, I mean, I know, but there shouldn't be, because that is what she's doing.
What?
He's just inserting his opinion.
Yeah, sorry.
Continue.
Okay. So from a legal point of view, I'm in the right. But am I in the right from a moral point of view too? Am I an asshole?
Yes.
I should also add that my father never made any attempts to pursue a relationship with me while I was growing up, and neither did I. My mom never actively tried to get me to meet him, but at the same time, she made it clear that she was always open to talk if I wanted to know more about him, and ready to answer any questions that I might have had. Except that, well, I never really had any questions to ask her, and was never really interested in him. She also never badmouthed my father and never tried to stop us from meeting each other, but neither of us ever made any sort of attempt to do so. I don't think he's a bad man, but I don't think he's a good man either. He's just a stranger who didn't want to be involved in my life, so I don't want to be involved in his life either. I don't resent him. I have no reason to. It's just plain old disinterest both on my part and his.
Nah. No, yes, you're the asshole.
Really?
So
Yes.
I stand by my answer.
Yeah, I agree with you now. I mean, like, we were talking about before, like, I didn't get it, but yeah,
Okay, see, the way I took it as like the wording, but still expecting him to pay
Yeah.
child support, that really bothered me.
yeah.
Because even without knowing the story, it just made me feel like, she doesn't want anything to do with him. He just like wants the money.
Yeah, well, I didn't know this law, right? This whole law, because basically,
I know. I wonder what this is.
I do agree, like, with the statement, like, if it's blindly, if she's 18, right, from 0 to 18, yes, he should pay child support, right? But right now, what we're talking about is a law that is an option, kind of thing. So she's taking advantage of something by her own accord, and not, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's super scummy.
I mean, I don't know. I think honestly I would say no, because she doesn't want to interact with him. And it's been like that for 18 years.
Yeah, but even the second part of her story made it seem like he was always open. Maybe it was a court decision that didn't allow him to see her.
No, but it wasn't like that. Well, I don't know the case,
Well,
but I mean, like she said that.
Explains
We're
that
just speculating, but
she explains that he never pursued a relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't allowed.
The mom was.
No, mom said she was open, never badmouthed him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If the mom said, "Hey, your father is always open to have a conversation with you if you want," obviously, it's if she wants. She just never wanted. Maybe he was always waiting for 18 years, but he had to wait for her.
I think she would know. I just think maybe he was at the point where he didn't want to, because people change.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe he wasn't ready to be a dad.
It's weird. No, but what I'm saying is it's weird that after 18 years, he would want to get to know someone.
Well, people do that all the time.
Well,
though.
that's true. That is
People
weird
change.
too. But the question is are they an asshole for not wanting to? And I don't think they are, because they haven't been doing that for 18 years.
But you have to put
it's the
expecting him to pay child support.
Yeah, that's what makes
I'm sorry,
it
like, I was raised by a single mother, and I remember in a past episode we were talking about this, that like men should pay, and I was like, yes, of course,
No.
men
We
should
had an
pay.
argument.
Oh my
We didn't
gosh.
record it.
Yeah.
Oh, did we?
We
Yeah,
didn't
that
record
was
it.
an
yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't an
Oh my
episode,
gosh.
but I was just like super like, yeah, of course the men should pay.
Yeah.
But then this is different because this is the
This is
child.
after. This is the after.
This is a child saying like, I don't want anything to do with my dad. I just want the money.
Yeah, she's literally robbing him, and the law is just allowing it.
I'm sorry, but like if you if you're one of those people that's like, I don't want anything to do with my dad, you shouldn't accept anything.
Yeah, even the child support.
Even child support. You know, in the past I would have been like, of course my dad should pay. And I still believe that my dad should have paid child support, like TMI.
No, but
he
while
didn't.
you're growing up.
And yeah, while I was
fine.
growing up, it would have been great.
To help your mother and like all that kind of stuff.
It would
That's
have been
fine.
great.
But once you're an adult and you can make your own money, just because you choose to go to school, you know, like if you haven't been, like, sure, he's been paying you child support your whole life and all that kind of stuff, but you're an adult now, you know, like that's a stupid law. I don't know. Yeah, it is really bad on her part.
Basically, it's like a loophole, right?
Yeah, she's taking advantage of something, right? Obviously. And all he wants is just a little bit of, like, attention from her, or just, like, talk to her in her life a little bit, right? But she doesn't even want that. So why ask for the child support money, you know?
Because she said she needs it. They're not doing well financially.
She doesn't need it. She wants it.
No, but they said that, like, they're not doing well financially. And she is going to university and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just saying it's in the law already.
Yeah, but the law doesn't mean that shit's right.
Yeah, that's true.
There are, like, rapists out there.
Yeah, okay, fine.
What's the guy's name? Freaking rapist Brock Turner. This motherfucker, like, literally raped a girl behind a garbage can.
That's a different story.
No, I know, I get it. But literally, he didn't get prosecuted at all. He just walked away because the lawyer said, "Oh, we don't want to ruin his future." So he no jail time whatsoever. So, you know, you can't trust the law on everything. Just because the law says this is, you know, a thing, it doesn't make it morally correct, you know?
I just think, of course, everyone deserves to go to university, and I think that was her choice, right? She wanted to go to university, she picked the program, and she knew that it was going to cost money, because unfortunately, post-secondary education costs a lot of money, and it sucks, and it should be free, because it's like investing in the future of your economy and your country, so why shouldn't it be free? I don't know. If my dad, because my dad, like, came back into my life for, like, a day, and wanted to, like, talk, and I was like, yeah, and I was mad at first, but I did like talking to him for that day and those few phone calls we had.
Yeah.
You know, if my dad wanted to come back into my life and said, hey, I want to have a relationship with you, I think I would say yes, because I'd be like, okay, let's see how you've changed. Let's hash it out. I'm older now. Maybe, you know, you did things and I want to hear your point of view. And then I can decide if he's an asshole or not.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't even
maybe
know.
he was
like,
confused.
she even says it herself. It's like accepting money or trying to get to know someone from a sperm bank donor. Or
Which
something.
people do, actually. People want to know.
That's fine, too, because they're your
know.
biological father. I get it. I don't know. It's just very disrespectful on her part, but like that's why I said, like, you know, the air quotes, she put air quotes on preying on his money. That's literally what she's doing to him, right? Because you have to look at it from both sides, right? This is her story, but on his side is just, man, I have a daughter, she's finally old enough, blah blah blah, and all she wants is my money. Like, she doesn't even want to get to know me or anything, you know?
I don't know. We don't know, like, the specifics of whatever. I mean, they both probably, we assume, that had access to getting to know each other, and that just didn't happen. But I don't know. Basically, it's like, I do get that obviously she's taking advantage by expecting the money. But yeah, it is like, as a courtesy, it would be nice. Obviously, if he was actually willing to get to know, then the least you could do, it's like, hey, if you're giving, if you're giving, like, hey, if you're giving me money, then fine, I'll meet you or something. But that is like welcoming kind of a different kind of hurt maybe you don't want to accept. So that's why.
Let's see the comments. I want to see if people say she's the asshole or not.
I know what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm just greedy. That's why. So I don't think she's an asshole, to be honest. But
I think everyone wants money to a certain extent. But
keep going.
Yeah. Keep going.
There you go.
Not the asshole. You
didn't ask him. Wait, hold on. You didn't ask him to be born, and you certainly didn't ask to have an absent father. You're the kid here. He has obligations. You do not. Good luck with school. The thing is, it's like with that comment though, it's she's not a kid anymore. She's 18. She's an adult, right? It's different. I get it. I can get it up to when you're 18. Yeah, like, again, I agree that he has obligations, but only until, you know.
See, look, not the asshole. Law is clear. He had 18 years to build a relationship and declined.
No,
That's what I'm
no.
saying, yo.
It
had the
works
chance,
both ways.
but
Because she
yeah.
also had a chance to
Yeah,
build
but she
a
don't
relationship.
want to. That's the whole point. She doesn't want to. She knows she doesn't want to. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, we're not saying she's an asshole for, like, declining to build a relationship with
Yeah.
him. I'm just saying she's an asshole because, I guess asshole is just, like, the term we're using. But,
for
like,
this, yeah.
I wouldn't say she's an asshole. But the reason why we're saying she's an asshole is because she still wants the money. She
Yeah.
still wants this benefit from her dad.
Without having any, you know. Yeah, I don't know.
And she's an adult. I get it that the law in that country, whatever country that is, it requires him to pay for her university. But that's the law. So basically she's like, this is the law and you have to do it whether you want to or not. So she's coming off as this very, like, meh person,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I mean, I can kind of see, like, her side of the story, too, in the sense where it's like, I guess if I was in court, and my father was there and I was asking for this shit or for the money and stuff, and he's like, okay, I'll only give the money if you have a relationship with me. That's also kind of like disrespectful too, because it's like, oh, now that you're paying me, like, now that you have to pay me extra, it's like, now you want to have a relationship kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He should have moved countries.
I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the comments is, this is, am I the asshole, not am I legally in the clear. Legally right is not morally right.
Yeah.
That out of the way, OP is not the asshole.
Where are you reading that?
Right here.
Right
Oh,
there.
I see. I was reading the comment under where it says she is the asshole. I don't know. This is like gold digger attitude, you know? Like,
She said she knows the law is on her side already. The question here is not what the law, but more if she's morally the asshole, like being a user.
yeah.
Anyways, we could talk about this forever. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That
was a little loaded. All these are freaking loaded.
But yeah, I mean, that was just, it's good. It gets you like
Is this our
debating.
last one?
Yeah. And this is the most loaded one. Okay, go.
Well, maybe it
Well,
is.
I
We
don't
don't know.
Will I be the asshole if I don't tell my best friend's dying mother that my son is actually her grandson? So should we dissect that? Does that make sense? Because I didn't really process it. So my best friend's mother, that my son is her grandson.
Yeah, so basically, she... Or wait, is it he or she?
This is, it's a guy.
Well, it's a guy who's writing this?
Yeah.
Okay, so he had sex with his best friend.
Who's female.
And yeah, she had a son. And
Oh.
I don't get this.
wait. Now I'm confused because I thought it was a
It's
girl.
a woman, yeah. If I don't, would I be the asshole if I don't tell my best friend's dying mother that my son is actually her grandson?
Wait, so I'm confused. Maybe...
So she had to have gotten pregnant and then he took the child.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
It
or
sounds
something
like
that.
he took the child from her and the mother doesn't know that she has a grandson. Because if it's a...
Wait.
Yeah,
So
because it's a man.
they must have hid the pregnancy or something.
We need to read.
Yeah, we need to read this. We
Fine,
can't give an
just-
answer. No answer. Can I take it all back? Wait, there you go.
Fine. Ruin it. Okay. I, 37 male, am 100% sterile due to a childhood accident.
Huh? Wait, what? Now I'm confused even more.
Keep reading.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyways. My wife, 35, female, and I considered our options when starting a family and agreed a sperm donor situation would be the most affordable, accessible option available to us. After looking into more traditional methods, we both concluded that an anonymous nut in a cup was a little weird and impersonal for us both. After a lot of relevant interlude, my best friend John, 39,
I
male,
see now.
agreed to
That
be a
makes more
donor.
sense.
Okay. This was years ago, and my wife and I now have a son. Abram, changed obviously, 7 male, from this arrangement. We've also adopted a second child, Lily, 4 female. John is a part of both of my children's lives, and we are all very close, but they have no clue he is Abram's bio dad, and neither really does anyone else. Neither does really anyone else. Oops, sorry. A few close relatives know he isn't biologically mine, but only because they know I'm sterile. Even our friends don't really know. It just isn't relevant, and we're private people. John is single and has been pretty much his whole life. He's financially and career motivated and just hasn't ever settled down and doesn't really plan to now. With Abram, he has a bio child and he can interact with him, but no responsibility at all. It works and hasn't been an issue until now. Although he has a brother, 45 male, his brother definitely will never have children. His mother, late 60s, has always sort of wanted grandkids, I guess, but never made much of a fuss. But she recently found she has terminal cancer and only a year or so to live, and has now been saying her big regret is never getting to be a grandmother, etc. Oh, man.
Okay.
John has come to my wife and I and asked us to let Abram know he is his biological father, so that he can let his mother have a grandchild relationship. Neither my wife nor I want to rock the boat in any of the ways that entails, and have told him as much. But now he's saying after all he's done, all he's asking for is to let his son know his family, and that he always assumed we'd someday tell everyone. This is something we adamantly were not interested in doing. So I'm assuming this is all from being shocked and upset about his mother. But I put my foot down and told him a solid no. Now he's saying I'm an asshole and I'll be crushing his mother's dreams if I don't let him tell Abram. Will I be the asshole if I don't relent?
We don't read the edit yet. So just from this, I'm gonna say no. Yeah.
Definitely not the asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he was clear right from the beginning with the whole,
But this is why you shouldn't use
best friends
and family members, because they could stab you.
I mean, the thing is,
it's
like they didn't want to do like the sperm donor thing, so they wanted someone they trusted. I guess it makes sense. I wouldn't want, my wife to have sex with a random just to get pregnant, right? Kind of thing.
They don't have sex. It's called in vitro fertilization, child.
Well, we don't know that.
It seems that way, though. I doubt he would have let her have sex with his best friend.
Oh, that's just what I assumed. Okay.
Oh my god. Anyways, no, they probably just got him to
Yeah.
ejaculate in the cup and then insert the sperm.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. I would prefer, if I had to do that, I would never choose someone I know.
Yeah.
Because then they know.
Yeah.
And they could hold that like over my head, for all I know, right?
Yeah.
They can extort me.
Yeah.
You know people. You think you know people.
It's true.
Right? But you only know the sides of them that they want to show you.
Yeah.
And yeah, he does say that, it might be because he's like, oh, my mother always wanted grandkids.
That's just guilt trippy,
yeah. But that's not a reason for him to be saying, tell him. The kid is 7. How messed up would it be that, all of a sudden that friend, that uncle that he knows is now the dad? No. Yeah. That's going to traumatize the poor boy.
I think the parents knew what they wanted with this whole interaction right from the beginning, and I don't think they ever had any intention of letting Abram know, the 7-year-old. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, eventually, I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't do this out of guilt. I think it's more assholey on the other John because he's trying to guilt trip the situation. Hey, it's my mother's dying wish, or whatever. But you gave up that right as the father.
I wonder if they made a contract.
That's what I'm saying. So in this, I don't think he's the asshole. But I think, like, to be honest, I would just tell the grandmother, like, maybe just that she's dying or something. Like, just be like, hey, you have a grandson or something.
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
right?
fine.
But I wouldn't tell a kid. I mean, not like, yeah, they're
No, but
7.
See,
I wouldn't tell the kid.
then, like,
Tell the kid
what-
later, maybe like when
Yeah,
they're
but
older.
What if she is so like excited that she has a grandson and it's like, oh, she
Yeah,
goes
then-
up to him, my grandson, like I'm your
Even
grandmother,
like wants to
and
get
then,
to know him. And
Yeah,
all that
and
kind
then
of
wants
stuff. It
to,
just gets
like-
too complicated.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I
relationship.
have to make sure that she's gonna die, like like her dying, like her actual like deathbed. Then I would say
Like,
like
like she's taking
Like,
her
in this
last
case, they
breath,
want, like-
and you're gonna tell her.
yeah, like this case. Well, this case is they want like a grandmother relationship thing. I'm like, no, that's probably not happening right now. I
Yeah.
don't think I would do that. No. Like, so basically, I think it depends on their contract if they had one, like agreement. If John was like, hey, okay, I agree, but in the future I want to tell or be a part of the family or whatever, right? Like, then that's
In
different.
this situation, I think the
So we don't know.
parents should be the ones to decide when they want to say.
Yeah,
it,
yeah, for
right?
sure.
Can you
Yeah,
go to
so-
the edit?
well,
Yeah.
It was just talking about, I think, the
Can you read it
a
for
daughter
our
or something.
listeners?
The adopter. Edit. I've not had much time to read, process the responses, much less reply myself, but to clarify. Lily does know she's adopted. Our ethnicities are different, etc. Our main reason to not tell Abram has had nothing to do with him. And I'm sure we were always going to let him know eventually, especially that he isn't biologically related to me. But we haven't wanted to complicate his relationship with John or to give him a reason to be bullied, etc. Mostly the latter, with our main fear being that kids would assume affair or something like that due to the community we live in, reasonably conservative and very nosy.
Mm.
Wait, isn't the girl really young?
She's
Does
4.
she know she's adopted? Well, I guess, yeah. I
Well,
guess you
she's
She's 4
understand.
and,
You
and
understand.
She's a
when you're-
different ethnicity. So.
Yeah.
See, here's my thing. If I ever have kids who like I adopt or it comes from like a sperm donor, I would let them know as soon as they were able to comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when they're young,
Yeah.
you know, just how like they can learn things very easily,
Mhm.
they can also start to comprehend
And process.
and process the situation. Like all of a sudden, like going from living this life that you thought was the truth, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's a lie. I've been living a lie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely tell my kids as soon as they're able to comprehend the notion that, you know,
Yeah.
genetically they were not mine, but spiritually, you know, they were.
Yeah.
And if you like tell them with love and you explain that there's different kinds of families and you show them examples and things like that so that they know that they're not alone, yeah, that should be fine. But like the kid is now 7,
Yeah.
right?
Basically, they're not the asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I feel for John if he wants to be part of the life, and especially for like because his mom. It's his mom that's dying.
Wait, we all agree that they're not the asshole, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
because
am I saying
it's
now?
John's mom that's dying, right? So it's like, yeah, I feel bad. But, yeah, I don't know. Depends on their agreement and all.
This is why you don't do, like, that's why they say don't do business with your family members and
Or
friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's because you never know
Yeah.
Yeah. What can happen?
what can happen, and it could tear apart your relationship
Yeah.
and so much more.
Yeah. All right.
So that was our.
Thanks for
little
listening to the Awks Talk.
episode.
No, stop.
Hope you liked it. Maybe we'll do it again if you guys like it. Send us more suggestions. And yeah.
Like,
Anything
comment,
else you wanna say?
subscribe.
Follow us on the socials, Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook.
The Awks Talk, and then email us at theawkstalk and theawkstalkpodcast at gmail.com because we still have that one too. Yeah, message us. I won't say we're lonely, but we are.
Okay. Peace. Peace.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Mm.